Dear all, welcome to Civil Services with ZAKI. Today we are going to discuss about what is an earthquake. Basically, it is related to the major geographical concept series, and now today we know what are these earthquakes and what are the waves and why this earthquake generated and what are the different types of the earthquake. So we move forward. Before we going to move forward, we also announce that we soon launch our a new series. Basically, it is current affairs series, the Hindu Plus. So the Hindu Plus, it means it is Indian Express, it is down to earth, and Science Daily, Live Science, and other some significant sites. Which sites? Basically covered by the UPSC, and basically if you see this year, as you know, the 22 questions asked directly from these blogs, our news channel, our YouTube channel, and our class lecture. So if you want to join the Hindu Plus, then you must subscribe our channel and you write in the comment. If you want really, then we offer you this type of the free. Otherwise, you can join our class. So we move forward. And what is an earthquake? So see here, what is an earthquake? So basically, an earthquake occurs when energy stored in the rock suddenly released. So these energy stored in the rocks in the various times and various times spent, typically released in a second. So most earthquakes are produced when stress build up upon a fault a long time. So these stress build on a fault. So fault, what is fault? What are the types of fault? If you want to know more, then you join our optional geography class. So eventually causing the fault to slip. So it means rock fragment with the two types and fault slip. So after they slip, they generate earthquake. Similar kind of energy released by the volcanic eruptions, explosion, and even meteorite impact. So explosion, like human explosion, like atomic bomb explosion, like hydrogen bombs explosion, basically the experimental explosion. So these type of waves generated by these some type of the explosion, and also it can be generated by the impact of the meteorites. So we move forward and see how do we describe an earthquake. So what is an earthquake and how we can describe it? So see, when the earthquake occur, it release mechanical energy. So basically it slip, it release mechanical energy which transmitted through the rock as a vibration. So the rock vibrates, and these vibrations are called seismic waves. So what is seismic wave? These type of the vibration, basically second by the vibrate by the sudden release of the energy, are called seismic waves. So these waves spread out from the site of disturbance. Basically the site of disturbance where the earthquake generate, it is called hypocenter, and travel through the interior along the surface of the earth. So and are recorded by the scientific instrument. So as you know, it is recorded by the scientific instrument seismograph, and basically it is situated in the various seismic station. So for understand, we see how the earthquake generates. So see, for an example, it is two types of the fault, and it is called transform fault, slide each other, and earthquake generate near hypocenter or focus. So if we see, it is hypocenter, so it is called hypocenter. So if we see the place where earthquake is generated called hypocenter or focus, so it is called focus area or hypocenter area. Most earthquake occur at the depth of the 100 kilometers. So commonly most of the earthquake generate at the depth of the 100 kilometers, and some occur as shallow as several kilometers, but an earthquake at the subduction zone. So what is subduction zone? You see my previous video. You can watch our previous video where we describe what is subduction zone and with animation. So if you want to know more about the subduction zone, then you see our previous video. So occur from, so if we see the subduction zone where earthquake occur from the shallow region to the depth at the 700 kilometer depth. So as depth as deep 700 kilometer. So it is where the hypocenter or focus where the earthquake generate. So if we see directly above the hypocenter, it is called epicenter. Basically epicenter situated on the surface. So see here, it is epicenter. So the epicenter is the point on the earth's surface directly above the earthquake occur. It means directly above the hypocenter. So epicenter is directly from the hypocenter. So we move forward and see the waves of the earthquake. So see here, it is called seismic waves. So see this type of the basically seismic waves once generated where the hypocenter spread all direction. The curve bond is, see here, it is curve bond, and curve bond show the peaks of the wave radiating from the hypocenter. So these waves are radiating from the hypocenter, and if you see the curve and propagate all directions. So as you see here. So if we move, if we see here, you see 1 and 2 written. 1 and 2 is a seismic station. So seismic station record the earthquake. So see here 1, 2 and 1. The 2 and 1, these 2 and 1 are the seismic center. So see the intensity and duration of the wave measured by the seismic station, as you see here, location 1 and location 2. In general, seismic station closer the hypocenter detect the waves sooner than the farther center as seismic wave. So seismic wave first record, and then after second station record the waves. So we move forward and see what type of the waves and what are the classifications of the seismic waves. An earthquake generates several different type of seismic waves, including primary waves, secondary waves, and surface waves. And basically these are basically classified in the 4 waves. 2 primary waves and secondary wave basically generate from the hypocenter, and after they reach the surface, then 2 surface waves. These 2 surface waves are lobe waves and Rayleigh's waves. It is, in short, they are called R waves and L waves. So we can see the various type of seismic waves in the following animation. So for the better understanding, if you use animation is the best representation of any scientific concept. So if you want to your concept is crystal clear, then you see this animation about the earthquake. So see here, what is an earthquake? So see here, if you see here, the earthquake, basically most of the earthquake generate from the where they occur, it is called focus or hypocenter, and basically most of the earthquake occurred at the faults. So if you see the fault, then see here is a focus center. So focus center, and basically they slip aside center. So if we see the what type of the damage caused by these earthquake and what type of the buildings and the variation, it is very significant to what type of the buildings are most safe and what type of the buildings are less safe. So for these type of comparison, we see further what type of the waves. So basically, as we earlier stated, that 4 waves. It is called P waves, S waves, lobe waves, and Rayleigh's waves. Means P wave, primary waves, where particles motions, and then S waves, it is called lobe waves, and Rayleigh's waves. Here see. Rayleigh's waves. So after we move forward and see what type of the surface of the earth and what type of the building affected by these all four type of the waves. So see here, it is a structure and all three type of the rocks, and these buildings are made on the three different types of the rock. So first one is mud and sand. If you see here, if you see here, first one is mud and sand. See here, it is water saturated mud and sand. So first one. Second one is, see here, loose sediment. So second, if you see, first one is mud and sand, second is loose sediment, and third one here is solid bedrock. So see here, it is loose sediment, and third one is solid bedrock. So see, here we see the what type of the earthquake waves, and what type of the impact of the various four waves of the earthquake, and what type of the waves are more dangerous, and what type of the waves is less dangerous for the human or the humanity. So so see here, if you see here, these three type, one of the solid bedrock, another is loose sediment, and third one is sand and mud. And these three type, and some of the buildings made on three type of the surfaces. So see here, see here, see here. So the first set of the waves basically detected by the seismologist is called primary wave. So primary wave generate first waves. So it is the fastest wave. As so first, if you first feel the first feeling of this wave, these waves are called primary waves. So if you see primary waves are less destructive than the secondary wave. So primary wave is less dangerous. Primary wave is less dangerous. So see here. So see here, it is P waves. So P waves. So P waves is less dangerous. So type of the compressional or longitudinal wave, it is like the pull and push waves on the ground directions wave. So see here, and it is less dangerous to the other wave. So they cause very little damage. So if you see, these are buildings are not so much damage. So after that, some of the S waves or secondary waves. So see here, secondary waves, next to the secondary waves. Basically secondary wave is the slow waves, then the P waves, and secondary waves only travel through the solids, not liquids. So see here, secondary waves. So secondary waves are more dangerous than the primary waves. So see here, so see here, see here. So they travel in the same direction, but they ground back and forth and basically perpendicular to the directions of the waves traveling. So see here, this type. So we move forward and see S waves. So basically the S waves is more dangerous than the P waves. They have caused a greater amplitude than the produce of the vertical and horizontal motion of the ground surface. So they reach to the ground surface and they produce horizontal and vertical motion. So what is amplitude? So here we explain what is amplitude. So know about amplitude. So if you see amplitude, the amount of the ground move as the wave pass. So wave pass and ground moves. So that movement is called amplitude. So amplitude is the movement amount of the ground moves in the waves pass away. So that is called amplitude. So amplitudes. So it is called amplitude. So after amplitude, we move forward and see the surface waves. Surface waves are the more dangerous than the S waves and the P waves. So first surface waves is called lobe waves. So see here, though the slowest waves, so basically surface waves is the slowest wave and appear last. They travel only along the surface. They travel only along the surface, and there are two types of the surface waves. One is lobe waves and another is Rayleigh's waves. So see here. See there. First we see lobe waves. So see here, lobe waves. See here, it is traveling. So lobe wave is more dangerous than the P waves and S waves. So less dangerous is P waves, then after S waves, then lobe waves. So lobe waves, as you see here, destroy this house, and after that, if you saw the lobe waves back and forth horizontally. So see here, if you see, and second, and it is last wave or second surface wave is called Rayleigh's wave. And Rayleigh's waves are the most dangerous earthquake wave because it's behave like a wave like in sea and the water. So it is more dangerous waves is called Rayleigh's waves, and it is the last wave. So basically, if we see the Rayleigh's waves, so see here, damage caused by Rayleigh waves. So see here. So see here. So Rayleigh's waves cause both vertical and horizontal ground motion. Vertical and horizontal. So it travels like a web-like structure. If we see two types, so these can be most destructive waves as they roll along the floating, dropping the ground as they pass. So this wave, Rayleigh's waves, behave like a wave-like structure. So you can see the wave on the surface. So see here, see here. So see here. So the building built on the sand and mud, it is purely liquefaction. So it is liquefied. So see here, it is liquefaction. So what is liquefaction? Liquefaction. So liquefaction basically process. What is liquefaction? Liquefaction is the process by which the sediment temporarily liquid strength and act like a liquid due to earthquake. So these basically Rayleigh wave is so strong, the sediment and mud act like a liquid. So that's it's act like a liquid. You see, it is like liquid. So that's why it is called liquefaction. So that's why this earthquake waves is the most dangerous waves of all earthquake waves. So that's all basic knowledge and basic concept of the earthquake. So this type of the earthquake. So this is the lecture on the earthquake, and as you know, what is the epicenter, what is the hypocenter, where earthquake occur, and also what type of the earthquake and what type of the waves are most dangerous and what type of the wave are least dangerous. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you will understand, because animation is the best representative of any concept. So clear your concept with the animation. If you want to know another concept, if you because concept clarification or concept clear concept is the key for the success of the civil services examination. As you know, the civil services examination only asks the conceptual question. conceptual question. So, and as you know, we soon start our the Hindu Plus series. So if you want to we start, because it is your channel, it is your view, so that's why if you agree with the we start the Hindu Plus, then you write in the comment, sir, we want Hindu Plus. So if you want Hindu Plus, then we start weekly the Hindu Plus current affairs. Basically, if you are really participate in the UPSC 2023, then it is very significant for you. So thanks for watching this video. Thanks a lot.